I love Jim Lovelock. I think he's the most original, mischievous, anti-academic mind I've ever met. He's totally original and very science-grounded. Maybe he doesn't believe in the sanctity of references, to say the least. So he's very sloppy that way, or nonchalant about that. But the thing is, I really disagree on even allowing the an organism, because I see a fundamental difference between an organism and the set of ecosystems. But I don't think cybernetics is the right word either. I think autopoiesis is, because the cybernetic system, which has lots of systems properties, of course, all the systems properties, is still engineered from the outside, and the autopoietic system is from the inside. To me, the Gaia theory is absolutely not the Earth is an organism. The Earth is a physiological system made up of ecosystems, themselves made up of communities, and that the minimal unit is a cell. Okay, well, I think right now we should stop you from thinking, not the stopping of the film, but stop you from thinking that the Earth is an organism is even an apt metaphor under the best conditions. It's not the right metaphor. I don't think so. The reason is because all organisms and cells that are organisms, none of them can recycle their own waste. They cannot eat their own feces or whatever it is. They require the rest of the system. So that and Jim says, Jim Lovelock says, which is wonderful, he said, well, let them think the Earth is a pile of rocks and they can kick it, but let them think that it's a live organism, they respect it. And I say, that's not right, Jim. Let's not give in to them. No, but the analysis is fine when you say an ecosystem, a minimal ecosystem, cycles all the biological elements, and I thought there were 6 of carbon, SNOPs, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur, oxygen, and phosphorus. But this man, Williams here in the chemistry department, showed us at the seminar recently that there are at least 20 in modern systems, chemical elements that are not substitutable one for another, sulfur and oxygen and so on, that must be cycled for ecosystems. Now, an ecosystem is an identifiable set of communities that cycle these elements, the organisms in it cycle the elements more rapidly in the system than between, like the post office goes more rapidly in England or in the UK relative to England and France. So, and I think that seeing the Gaia notion as the sum of the ecosystems, all of which are in contact, but they're in less contact if they're in different ecosystems, is the way, and that the Earth is an organism or a goddess is very bad metaphor. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But that you have physiology in the sense that you've got set points around which atmospheric concentration of oxygen is regulated, and soil chemistry and so on. They were about to, right here in Oxford, they were about to change the name of Gaia to geophysiology. And I say, the day you do that, I walk out, because the Earth is indivisible. I didn't know how to say that at that time, but the Earth is indivisible. And the minute you start geo and physiology, you're just doing one of these bawdlerized so-called interdisciplinary sciences instead of respecting the entity as it is. And Gaia's fine, and let them complain about a goddess.